Hi, welcome. This is Dr. Mahn, and I just want to give you a quick introduction to the Business of Caring course that I've put together. Before I do that, I just want to give you just a quick little introduction to myself. I grew up in Germany and moved here to the United States when I was 12 years old. It was an interesting time because I was the smallest kid and I didn't speak English, but I did manage to survive junior high school and high school and eventually graduated from Marquette Dental School in '85, and I'm now practicing holistic dentistry just west of Milwaukee, and I'm married with two cute little kids. But the thing that I really want to share with you is that how someone like myself, who really had a hard time communicating with people, didn't really like dealing with all of the different problems at the office, couldn't manage employees. It took me a long time before I even had the guts to hire my first employee, and had absolutely no business skills, managed to achieve 17 years of business success. And these are actually the statistics that I've kept in my business over the last 17 years. And again, in 2012, we managed to have a very good year, despite the fact that, according to statistics in our industry, 75% of all dental practices actually had a decline in production in each of the last 3 years. So to be able to still grow a business during those times is a pretty good accomplishment. But really the time I'm maybe the proudest of is this period in 2003 and 2004. And from looking at my chart, you wouldn't think so, because that was really a time that our practice was in a relatively flat period as far as production goes. But to be honest with you, it was probably one of the craziest times in my dental career and in my life. I had a very chaotic personal life. I actually got both divorced and remarried in that period of time. I went and got a Doctor of Integrative Medicine degree, which required me to travel out to Washington, D.C. 24 times. I had to write a doctoral thesis. I was class president, and I also moved 4 times in that time, including living on a boat. So it was a really crazy time, and to be able to just not have the wheels come off my practice, I think was more of an accomplishment than being able to grow the practice when everything is going just fine. And that's really what this course is all about. It's the power of systems, because here's the thing: we all have our 2003, 2004, whether it's personal things, health things, family things, a partner or employee leaving us. There's always going to be things going on that's going to make for a less than ideal situation. And that's really when the systems and having a smooth running business really shows its true value. And that's what I've done with this particular course. And what really kind of set me off on the whole path of learning more about business was this particular book, The E-Myth. And I think most of you have maybe heard of this book. There's an updated version now, but that really kind of changed my whole thought process about a dental practice turning into a dental business. And it also got me on the path to literally taking hundreds of hours of continuing education in the field of business. Most dentists, they take a lot of technical courses, but not too many will actually take a lot of the management things. And this really, I still did that, but I also got very interested in how can I make my practice run more smoothly. And what ended up happening is that I ended up creating this course that basically teaches the basic principles. Because the one thing I found is that in all these different courses, everybody had a little different way of presenting things, but the basic principles were all the same. And I also found that from all the different courses I took, that it's like any technical course you go to. You go to a weekend course and you come back with these 1 or 2 nuggets that really make a big difference in your practice. And that's what I've done with this course, is I've taken the things that really had the biggest impact on improving my business and condensed them all into one course. And I've kind of come up with this thing called the circle of success. And what it is it's kind of you at the center, the team as an extension of you, and then you're kind of the hub of this business cycle that takes place, where people at the very top, where we see communications, basically people call your office, they come in, you present your treatment, they pay for the treatment, you perform it, you make sure they're happy, and then we work on doing either internal or external marketing to get more people to call. And the faster you can make that business cycle go around, the more successful your business is going to be. And here's the thing. Whenever I talk to someone, they're always talking, when they talk about their practice, in terms of, how much am I producing? And that's great, but it doesn't always show exactly what's going on, or if those numbers aren't where you want to be, why they're not there. For example, maybe people are calling your office, but you have Attila the Hun answering your phone, and they're not calling back or coming in. Or maybe you're just not presenting treatment, and therefore you're not even giving patients to accept treatment. Or you're presenting quite a bit of treatment, but because for different reasons, they're not accepting. And so there's lots of, in that cycle only is as strong as its weakest link. And that's what the circle of success looks at. And one of my biggest challenges in putting together this course was I really wanted to put something that would work, together that would work for everybody right away. And that's why I put it together in such a way that the first part of the course that you're going to be taking starts with you and the team. But then the rest of the course, that business cycle that I was talking about, is really something that you can kind of start at any module and then just do in sequence after that. But the best part of it is that in the course, they're sequential, but you're able to start at any point. And because they're all available immediately, you can go ahead and work on the part that maybe you feel like you need the most help with. The best part is there's video tutorials and action steps, so you really know exactly where to start, what to do. Because the worst part is when you take a business course and you get all this information and you don't even know exactly where to start or what to do. And I've also given you all the tools, the forms, and if I talk about you need to do a policy manual, well, there's actually a manual that you can download that you can customize for yourself, and it really takes a lot of the work out of making things happen, because that's really sometimes the biggest barrier to moving forward. And then the other thing is just measuring your progress. So you can keep your own statistic and see exactly how you're doing. And I've made it downloadable in different formats so that you can either look at it on your iPad, even your smartphone. You can watch the videos, you can download the handouts, and you can get going on this right away. This is kind of what the course looks like. Once you get going on it, you can just basically follow the checklist, and you'll have a step-by-step program that'll walk you through it. I try to keep it very simple and easy to follow. Our ultimate goal is just for you to be able to take better control of your practice once you do that, and take the stress out of running your practice, because that's really, as healthcare practitioners or dentists or whatever your occupation is, the part that stresses us out is not the patient treatment part of our practice. It's the actual business part of it, and whether it's dealing with employees or whatever it may be, that's the part that tends to stress us out and keep us up at night. And it's just going to create a whole new energy in your practice. And that's going to just overall make your practice more enjoyable, because when you take the stress away from the business part and you can focus on what we love, your team's going to feel it, you're going to feel it, and your patients are going to feel it. And like I said, I'm trying to make this a really easy to implement program, because I know as a business owner, you've got a lot of things on your plate already, and the last thing you need is to spend hours and hours on a course like this. I want to give you information that you can literally use immediately as soon as you hear it. And so here's the good news. That's what I'm talking about. Just hearing these concepts is going to totally change how you think. And when you change the way you think, it's going to change the way you act. And that's why just seeing this information is going to make a tremendous difference right away. The other good news is that in the healthcare business, you actually have very little competition. The fact is, almost nobody in the healthcare industry has any of these systems in place. They're just flying by the seat of their pants. They just do their technical thing and are kind of hoping that they're going to make it through another week and another payroll and be in business for another week to help their patients. But while they're in that survival mode, you will actually be thriving. So I hope you're ready for success. And I hope you don't get, turned off by the pile of money, but the fact is that's how we're going to measure success. I know that everybody has their own measure of success, and whether that's doing volunteer work or a personal quest or spending more time with your family or traveling and hanging out with friends, the fact is it all does take money, and having a well-run business is going to allow you to do all those other things you want to do. When you're done with this little introductory video, go check out under the products tab, the Business of Caring course, and click on it. The best part is that you really don't have anything to lose. You can go and download the course. You have my personal 60-day guarantee that if you are not 100% happy with what you're seeing and what you're doing, and you're not seeing the changes that you thought you would in your practice, you will get your money back, no questions asked. So this is the first step to really taking the stress out of your practice, because I'll tell you what, I've been down the same road. I have applied some of these concepts, and it's made my practice and my life a lot more fun. So take that first step, and I wish you all the success, and I hope to see you when you're taking your Business of Caring course. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.